What is the sign of P when you really think about it?
What if we all just turn and by it?
So it's like most important points that we think.
Yeah. Edit the thesis statement.
That could be a good cinematic shot.
That's a really good cinematic shot.
Hello, everyone. My name's Morgan Freeman. Beyond that, I need no introduction. I am happy to present the relationship between math and culture, presented by Hestin, Whitney, Jayvyn, and Mellanie. In what way is math related to culture? Is it possible for claims in mathematics to be independent of culture? These questions are the foundation for our investigation.
As far as the laws of mathematics refer to reality, they are not certain. Albert Einstein. Because of this, the way that the uncertainty of math relates to culture is important. Claims in mathematics can be independent of culture because culture does not depend on mathematics to exist. At a basic level of math, it is easy to tell what the claims and representation of it are. For culture, it is not always as easy to have certainty in what it represents. The need for math to be certain stems from how mathematical certainty provides a way for culture to find the best solutions to problems. In this way, math is important and involved in culture, but very far from dependent on culture.
Thank you, Joe. Each culture at some point has had their own influence on math and/or developed their own. For example, in Egyptian culture, the Egyptians developed a complex system of fractions. They developed numerals based on the symbol Eye of Horus. Mathematics is involved in how culture as a whole functions and how culture progresses. However, in modern-day culture and society, the culture of money is used in different ways. These examples show how mathematical claims are involved in culture, while the use of different mathematical systems shows how mathematical claims can be independent and objective of one specific culture.
Math is objective. It uses logic and reasoning. Mathematical truths do not vary across cultures. The concepts and principles of math are based on logical reasoning and logical proofs, which are considered to be objective and unbiased.
I agree, Donnie, but you can't forget about power. Math is very important. For much of time, such as with the Greeks, understanding of math meant lots of power. People were executed for new ideas around math. People can use math to create, but can also destroy. For example, the creation of the atomic bomb would not have been possible without people's knowledge, dedication, and commitment to math. It is important that people use math responsibly and keep in mind that math can be a very powerful tool for good or bad.
Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
I agree, Joe. Connected to the power of math is that claims do not interfere negatively with culture. Mathematical principles should not be used to harm culture, and the culture in which math is used should not affect the result of mathematical principles. Truth is also important to consider. Mathematics is related to culture through truth in that mathematics is seen as true by many cultures around the world. Math is seen as a truth, but not in the same way that culture is. Mathematical truth is something that we prove and trust, whereas culture is true in the sense of it is something we all experience, and the truth is that it exists.
Math influences culture, but is not dependent on culture in a basic form. Even if math is described differently in different cultures, it represents and explains concepts and translates an understanding of the world we live in. Most math is independent of culture, but not always. The way math is taught and discovered in different cultures may create specific and unique ways that math is used. While the application and approach to mathematics may vary culturally, the fundamental principles and laws remain constant. Mathematics provides a universal language that can be understood and applied across diverse cultural backgrounds around the world. Math is related to culture in that many concepts about culture involve mathematics. The claims in mathematics can be independent of culture in that the fundamental principles of math do not change even as culture progresses.
Is Joe Biden the Rizzler?
I just really wonder about Joe Biden's yacht.